Liv Morgan to dethrone Roman Reigns very soon, believes top name. After major WWE crown jewel result, Liv Morgan might be close to making history in WWE by possibly breaking Roman Reigns' record soon. Wrestling analyst Sam Roberts believes that crown jewel could be the start of Morgan's quest for more gold on her waist. The women's world champion beat Nia Jax at Crown Jewel on Saturday in Saudi Arabia to make history. Morgan became the first ever women's Crown Jewel champion, with some help from Dominik Mysterio and Raquel Rodriguez. On the most recent episode of the Not Some Wrestling podcast, Roberts pointed out Morgan and Rodriguez teased going after Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill's women's tag team championships last Monday on Raw. With her win over Jax at Crown Jewel, the Judgment Day member has a chance of winning her third title. We saw in the second hour of Raw that Liv and Raquel confronted Bianca and Jade Cargill. It feels like we may be in a scenario where Liv is going to start trying to collect some gold, which I love the idea of just Liv being the most decorated female superstar in the roster. I think that's fantastic. Think about the decorations this woman has. Women's World Championship, the Crown Jewel ring, she can get the Women's Tag Team Championships. She's got some arm candy, Dominik Mysterio. I mean, who's more decorated right now? Nobody. Roberts. Roman Reigns held 2 championships at the same time when he was the tribal chief. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins were double champions at some point in their careers. Liv Morgan has a shot at doing it and possibly becoming a triple champion. With Rhea Ripley out with an injury, the women's world champion Liv Morgan is ready for her next challenger. Morgan sent a message to the Raw women's locker room following her win at Crown Jewel. "I'm gonna hold this title for a very, very, very long time, and there will never ever be another first women's Crown Jewel champion. If you don't like it, you could cry about it. If I were you, I'd watch me," Morgan said. It will be interesting to see if Adam Pearce will announce a way to determine the new No. 1 contender for Liv Morgan's Women's World Championship. It's also possible for Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to go after the women's tag team titles after what happened on Raw last week. A WWE analyst claimed that Gunther could lose the World Heavyweight Championship soon. Sam Roberts suggested that if Dominik Mysterio became the #1 contender for the title, it won't be a surprise if Liv Morgan helped him beat the ring general. As announced at Crown Jewel 2024, Mysterio will be in a fatal 4-way match with Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, and Sheamus to determine the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Speaking on the latest episode of his Not Some Wrestling podcast after the Saudi Arabian Premium Live event, Roberts predicted a potential title change if Gunther faces off against Dirty Dom. He thought that it wasn't far-fetched to think that Morgan and Mysterio could even be a couple with matching men's and women's world titles. "I think Gunther's probably praying to whatever god that he prays to that Dominik Mysterio does not win that fatal 4-way and become the #1 contender. Because if Dominik Mysterio becomes the #1 contender, I think the Liv Dom situation is going to be dripping in gold." Can you imagine if Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan have matching titles? Damian Priest never got his rematch for the World Heavyweight Championship, while Dominik Mysterio got a win over the Archer of Infamy last Monday on Raw. Seth Rollins earned a huge victory over Bronson Reed at Crown Jewel, and Sheamus beat Ludwig Kaiser on Raw previously as well. At Crown Jewel 2024, Cody Rhodes became the 5th superstar to pin Gunther in a WWE ring since he joined the company in 2019. Drew McIntyre was the first to accomplish the feat at Survivor Series 2019 in the Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT 15-man elimination triple threat match. Ilja Dragunov did it on August 28, 2021, when he defeated the man formerly known as Wild TR at WWE NXT TakeOver 36 for the NXT UK Championship. Braun Breaker also pinned him at an episode of NXT 8 months later. In the main roster, Sami Zayn was the first superstar to do it at this year's WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Rhodes was the latest to accomplish the feat to become the first ever men's crown jewel champion.